Beautiful sights and sounds. Lake Geneva is often considered to be one of the greatest vacation destinations in all of Wisconsin. However, this is where we're going to be focusing on, as in this store and many like it, people from all over come to play all types of card games, war games, and tabletop RPGs, much like Dungeons & Dragons. The last of which is very special here, as this store lives in the legacy of the late Gary Gygax and the birthplace of D&D. So let's check it out.
Our primary product is the community, is people who come here and meet each other to play games that they like. But as far as inventory and what we sell, collectible card games, specifically Magic the Gathering, role-playing games, primarily Dungeons & Dragons, miniature combat games, primarily Warhammer 40K, and board games.
Here you'll see Ryan. You can catch him most days, but on other days you'll get Mark. Now, the most prominent thing you see in the store is the multitude of Magic the Gathering memorabilia. Now, what's fascinating about this store is that you have the older versions right here, which are harder to find in any other store, as well as some foreign language cards as well. And as you can see, they all go all around the wall. Now, of course, if you're looking for those specific cards, you can always find them here in the glass case, each for a slightly higher monetary value, but as if you play Magic the Gathering, you know that's usual. Here, adorned by several of the older Dungeons & Dragons books, is a well-kept secret that I won't spoil, only because some things can only be experienced in person.
So some of the events that we have at Lake Geneva Games, every Friday there's a Friday Night Magic booster draft. Every Wednesday we play Dungeons & Dragons and role-playing games. Every Thursday we encourage board gaming and play a lot of board games. And then on other days of the week there's other activities as well. So, and those are all scheduled, you know, we put them out on the internet, on our calendar, we keep them on the whiteboard up front. The benefit for the store for all the tournaments and all the play space is it is our marketing, it is our advertising. People don't buy a board game or a pack of Magic cards to own small pieces of wood and cardboard. They buy it for the experience of playing that game with other people. And so our primary service to the community is bringing people with similar interests together to share those experiences in a way that's safe.
I found Lake Geneva Games after I came back from my time in the military, searching for a game shop because not too many out where I was stationed at from before. Well, my main two game that I like to play is Dungeons & Dragons. It actually holds a lot of significance because of the location of where we're at here in Lake Geneva as being the birthplace of Dungeons & Dragons. And another game that I like playing is Magic the Gathering. Only on sometimes, but I've had friends that play it, so I play it from every now and then.
Of course, if you're interested in Dungeons & Dragons, and if you're in Lake Geneva, that's a very big thing. You have the books right here. Any new releases will also be there, also available for pre-order, as well as some of the figurines. Now, say you don't know how to play Magic the Gathering, and that's fine, because if you come here, you'll not only be given a free starter deck to use, you can also be taught how to play it by anybody who's here. They're more than happy to do so. And that's what I love about game shops. You come here and if you want to learn something, anybody here can teach you. And that's always great.
Magic is a card game. It's been paid for 25 years. And I know you can simulate a card game on a computer, but a computer can do different things. It's a physically different game. And so to me, a card game is best played with cards, with people. You can play poker online, but when you play poker online, a bluff isn't quite the same thing. There's not the same look in your eye, there's not the same tension at the table, there's not the same experience. And it's the same thing with Magic the Gathering. It's a card game, and there is bluffing, and there is reading your opponent, and there is seeing how they hold their cards or how they tap their lands that gives you information that makes the game more interesting than it is online.
And this is where the magic happens. So here, if you want to take part in the booster draft or any Adventure League game for Dungeons & Dragons, this is where it will happen. You have the multiple tables right here. If you want to try a board game that you saw out there but you don't know how it plays, you have the entire selection right there of multiple games you can try. Some cards here that you can add to your deck if you want to try something new.
A good memory that I remember. So it was the conclusion of my first campaign that was the most memorable, because it was the end of one chapter of my storytelling and DMing, but it opened up a lot of avenues that I brought in and expanded to where I'm at now.
As you can see, it's finally decorated with many of the Magic the Gathering posters and whatnot. And on occasion, they have silent auctions for any merchandise that you might need, whether it be board games, Magic the Gathering packs, whatever it is, you can find it here.
When we started the store, it was very clear to us that we cannot compete with the internet on price. A lot of the products we sell, you can get on the internet and get them for less. And we can't compete with Walmart or Target, which also sell a lot of the products we sell, because they're more convenient. You're going there anyway. But what you get here that you don't get at either one of those places is a place to play and people to play with. And these games are no good without those things.
Well, most of the players I play with, I have somewhat a connection to. I'm not an outgoing person. I'm more of an inward person, so I'm an introvert, not an extrovert. The one that I can say that I've connected with the most, man, there are some good ones, and I can't really scale it down to just one, because it's not just one person that makes an impact. It's everybody that you meet, no matter how small.
And finally, my second home. Here is where I learned how to play Dungeons and Dragons, something that's become a major thing in my life. This room is where most of the Adventure League games I played took place. This is where I actively started DMing. And here, as you can see, these people playing Dungeons and Dragons, is where a lot of friendships are fostered, and all these people are regulars. The point is, in Lake Geneva Games and many game shops like this, you can find people like this. People you'll see all the time if you come certain days, or just really any day. Here is where you just foster all these friendships and have a great time.
Do not be afraid of going to a game shop, because you never know what you will bring to the people that you meet and what those people will bring to you, because it's a community. It really is. I wouldn't be me right now if I never went to a game shop here in town and I was just stuck at home and being the small, meek person that didn't want to do stuff outside. So
I suspect a lot of people don't even know stores like this exist. And the idea of a store like this is weird, and why would I go there? But I know there's a lot of people who play video games, and I like video games too. But if you have that video game gene, you have the gene for this too. It's the same thing. And so, yeah, so everybody, and I mean everybody, there's something here that they will like, that they will really enjoy, and is tremendous fun. And it's just that simple. And I think all I need to do is get people in front of the right game, and it's easy after that.
What's important to take away from this is that while this store lives in the birthplace of Dungeons and Dragons, Lake Geneva Games isn't just about RPGs. This store is about helping people play games of all kinds, and isn't just about selling cards, books, etc., but it's also a place where you can come and play with new people, possibly make new friends, and learn something you otherwise wouldn't expect to. That's something you just don't get online. And there are many stores that do just this. All you have to do is look. However, you'll be able to see more features right here on Natural One RPG, so you can subscribe to see those. Otherwise, let us know what game stores mean to you in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, and be sure to click over here for more.